Go.
Hey everybody, I'm back with another video today, and this one is for my former student Kenzie. She requested that I make some kind of lo mein. Well, I don't know how to make lo mein, so I'm going to make a teriyaki vegetable stir fry. And I am going to start by making the sauce. So I've got a little sauce pot here. And to that, I am going to add 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce, half a cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon or so of sesame oil, about a tablespoon of honey.
Did you say honey?
Oh my, this is my family. And I am stuck with them for I don't know how many days. So I'm gonna put in some garlic, just however much you feel is necessary. I think about a couple cloves of garlic is good, minced up. And I'm going to put in some grated ginger. You don't have to use fresh ginger. You could use just powdered ginger if you would like to. And I'm just going to grate it straight into the pot. All right. And I'm going to turn this on to about medium heat, and I'm going to whisk this up and try to bring this to a boil. And once it's been boiling for about a minute, then I am going to add a thickener, which is going to be cornstarch and water. So while that comes to a boil here, I've got 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I have some cold water here in this measuring cup. And I'm just going to take and add 2 tablespoons of water, the cold water, to this cornstarch. All right, and I'm going to give that a stir. And then I'm just going to wait for my pot here to start boiling. Next, we're going to add about a teaspoon or so of this cornstarch and water mixture to the hot liquid. Stir that in. I'm going to do that one more time. Turn back up my heat. And then I am going to add the rest of this to the liquid and stir for about 2 minutes. And let it boil until it thickens. Now, if you would like to have a thinner sauce, you could just do 1 tablespoon of the cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. If you want it really thick, then do the 2 tablespoons. This is going to be a really thick teriyaki sauce. All right, so it's going to boil for about 2 minutes now. Now you can see how thick this liquid is. So that is the consistency that we're going to use. So I have a skillet here that I'm going to use to stir fry some vegetables and then some chicken. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in the pan, just using some regular cooking oil there. And I'm going to put in all my vegetables. Whatever vegetables you like is what I would use. So I've got some peppers, broccoli, zucchini, carrots, and onion, and mushrooms. all those into the skillet together. And we're going to cook the chicken separately after the vegetables cook. Put my mushrooms in. Got a little bit of green onions as well that I'm going to put in a few, and then I'm going to save the rest for some garnishing on top. And then I'm just going to give this a stir and cook this for a couple of minutes. I don't want to get too much color on it, and I don't want the vegetables getting falling apart or anything like that. So we are going to just stir fry this for a little bit, and then I'm going to steam the vegetables. Now to this pot, I am going to add just a little bit of water, maybe a couple of tablespoons. And then I'm going to put the lid on and steam this for just a couple of minutes as well. I can stir about every minute or so just to make sure that nothing is sticking to the bottom and burning. These vegetables look really nice. These look nice to me. So I am going to turn this off and put these vegetables in a bowl and cover it with a little bit of foil to keep it warm and set it aside. And then we'll begin cooking our chicken. Now to the same pan, I'm going to add a little bit more oil and then get that heated back up. And as soon as that is heated, then I'm going to add my chicken and cook this for just a few minutes until it is starting to get white. Now I would like my chicken to have just a little bit of color on it. So after that, after you have kind of turned the chicken and it is starting to get done, and you can see mine still has just a little bit of pink to it. So at this point, I am going to add a little bit of sesame oil. Now, sesame oil is typically a finishing oil. It is not something that you want to cook all the flavor out of. And I'm just going to give that a toss in the sesame oil. And then I'm going to cook this until the chicken is browned just a little bit and there is no pink inside. The chicken should be about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so you can see that my chicken has some color on it there, and that's what I'm looking for. So now what I'm going to do is just add back in the vegetables. And I'm going to turn this down to about medium-low, and I'm going to add, whoops, there goes my tongs. I am going to add my sauce. Better get a new set of tongs, don't want to use those. Good thing I've got several pairs. Alright, so I'm going to give that a stir around. And you can serve this in several ways. So you could serve it over rice or just eat it by itself. You could actually cook some spaghetti noodles and make it into kind of a lo mein. Or I'm going to actually use these pre-cooked udon noodles. So I've saved a package here. These are thicker and they're a little bit chewier. I really like the texture of these udon noodles. We found these at our local market, Midtown Market. And so I'm just going to add these directly into the pan. We're going to eat on this for a few days. This is going to make a huge portion here. You could definitely cut this down and only use a little bit. All right, so I'm going to stir that in here. And I'm going to cook these for about 2 more minutes. I'm going to add a little bit of sauce too. A little bit of sauce over those noodles. And here is our stir fry finished. If you would like to, you could add a little bit of cayenne or some red pepper flakes to this. And I'm just going to top ours with a little bit of green onions. And that is a beautiful dish. So, I hope that you enjoy this chicken teriyaki with vegetable stir fry. And let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. And let me know if you have any more suggestions of videos you'd like to see. Thanks.